Good afternoon, Bombo Justin. It's a pleasure being in your program again. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat dyan sa Pilipinas. Naimbag nga aldaw yu amin dita Pangasinan.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes po. Ma'am Marisa, and reaction? Siyempre, mula sa mga residente dyan po sa may bansang Amerika matapos ito pong pagganti ng US dito po sa ginawang pag-atake naman po ng Iran sa US base dyan po sa Jordan, ma'am.
So, as of right now, the U.S. forces began launching strikes against Iran 2.5 hours ago. Tonight, right now, is Wednesday night. A fresh strikes come after the Islamic Revolutionary Guard targeted Americans in the Gulf region with multiple ballistic missiles. Mabuti na lang na-intercept lahat yun, ano? So, the resumption of strikes marked latest turn on a conflict that we thought it's going to be fixed, but it's back to where we were before. So sabi na the U.S. forces completed a heavy wave of strikes against Iran kaninang 10 o'clock, which is right now it's about 10:40 in retaliation of Iran attacks on Americans. So the U.S. Central Command described the operation as a powerful response to Tuesday attempted Iran attacks in the U.S. forces in the Middle East. So a 2-hour attack hit dozens of Islamic Revolutionary Guard corporate target across Iran, including military command center, missiles, drones, facilities, coastal surveillance, defense sites, and a lot of maritime capabilities, sabi ng CENTCOM. So, grabe ang mga threats, but then at the same time, the strikes were aimed at further degrading threats from Iran and its proxies to U.S. forces, commercial shipping, and neighboring Gulf states, it said. So itong move suggests Iran intends to respond more aggressively to future U.S. military action and maybe moving away from diplomacy. Kaya nga maraming sabi ni Crum Critch, which is marami yung mga analyst ng mga previous they held a lot of high positions between the Iran and U.S. Military na it is very obvious that Iran does not like anything that any of the proposal that the U.S. proposed to them. They don't want to accept any of that, and at the same time, they wanted everything to be released. In other words, itong negotiation na ito na gusto nila, ayaw nila yung suggestion ng U.S. or the negotiations that they're trying to do to compromise. So it's obvious na ang Iran, ayaw niya lahat ng mga proposed ng US. But they wanted, the sanctions to be released. They wanted the money to be released. They wanted all of that. And in return, they want to give the US zero. So it's very obvious at this point na it seems like a heavy strike of the US will continue. So that is very sad kasi ngayon, the crude oil tumaas ulit, $90.74 a barrel today. Today is Wednesday. So talagang this will continue to be a problem kasi it's ang oil naman, it went up to $84.46, which is about 6.6%. So akala natin magkakaroon ng diplomatic talks to go to peace, but yung mga ginagawa ng Iran like yung MOU na sinabing it keeps the Strait of Hormuz open and will not attack any of the ships. Well, we knew what happened. They just continued to attack and did not even follow up with the MOU agreement. So it's rather sad, but just like Secretary of War Hegseth said, we're locked and loaded, and President Trump, and I quote, had reiterated, we are locked and loaded. And it's a good thing kasi itong pag-attack ng Iran is a surprise.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the U.S. was ready, and every single one of those ballistic missiles were intercepted. It's a good thing.
Ma'am Marisa, dahil po sa insidente na ito, meron bang mga instruction ang US government, especially sa mga bases po nila sa Middle East na, again, maghanda or maging alerto dahil hindi alam kung ito pong muling pag-atake, madadagdagan na naman po ng panibagong atake po mula po sa Iran, Ma'am Marisa?
As a matter of fact, the last 10 days, especially the last week, there was some announcement that U.S. citizens living abroad, if they can come home, they should come home. And yung mga taong they cannot come home, and that was being warned and being it was actually spread through the consulate that U.S. citizens must come home, and for those of them that cannot come home, should be very alert and should be aware where they go, but just to be cautious, highly cautious, to make sure that they're safe.
Ma'am Marisa, papaano naman po yung mga ibang lahi na nandiyan po sa Amerika, like yung mga Iranian, kamusta yung pagtrato po sa kanila? Kamusta din yung kanilang pagtrato sa mga mamamayan po ng Amerika, lalong-lalo na ito po, nakikita po nila na may mga pag-atake po sa Amerika at syempre sa iba pa pong panig po ng Middle East, Ma'am Marisa?
Marami akong mga kaibigan na Iranian. I have a lot of friends for many, many years, and I actually work with some of them. Everybody wanted the U.S. to finish whatever they started. Sabi nila na yung mga kamag-anak nila sa Iran are sick and tired of this government. They actually prefer na itong government that they have right now, it's going to be a continuation of what they had. And a lot of people, of what I understand, what they're saying is that a lot of people that live there are now ready to fight, and so that magkakaroon naman sila ng life. Because right now it's all dictatorship, as you can see, like almost every day they kill a new person, a young person that is doing a good thing, and they're being killed. So maraming mga Iranian dito na they are on the side of the US. They know how they were treated back home, and the sad part is they still have a lot of friends and relatives that live back there, and they are all on the side of the US. I have not seen anyone in here that are getting mad because the US is into this.
Pero may mga naggaganap po bang mga pagkilos, mga kilos protesta po sa mga residente po o mga mamayan, mga Iranian po, especially sa mga imbahada po nila dyan po sa Amerika, ma'am, sa ngayon?
Wala kang makitang mga Iranian na nagde-demonstrate against the US for going to war in Iran. I have not seen any, I have not heard of any. So yun ang the good thing is they are very clear na talagang itong regime na ito has to be removed for Iranians, the 94 million Iranians, to live a life that they deserve and free from yung gagawin ng gobyerno na magpatay ng what they kill. If they kill their own people, okay, if they can kill their own people, they don't have no problem killing you and I. So yun ang dapat maintindihan ng mga tao, na if their government is killing their own people, na walang sense, how do you expect this government to protect those people that live there? And it's a one-sided government. It's not for the people, but it's just according to the regime.
Ma'am Marisa, kayo ba, ano ba yung nakikita niyong nakikita po ninyong magiging malaking epekto sa mga mamayan po ng Amerika, yung hindi pa rin po matapos-tapos no, na alitan sa pagitan po ng Iran at ng Amerika, at ito nga nag-e-end po sa pag-atake po sa bawat isa, bukod doon po siyempre sa pagtaas po ng presyo po ng produktong petrolyo na kahit dito sa Pilipinas nararanasan at nararamdaman po natin sa ngayon, ma'am.
It's very sad, and President Trump is aware the effect of the prices of oil going up. He is aware. Kasi itong mga prices of oil going up, it's affecting the European countries. They're on the verge of like economic collapse. That's why pati dyan sa Pilipinas, obviously you guys are affected. Mas grabe kahit dito, naggas ako kanina. I live in Oregon, so it's almost $6 again per gallon. Of course, I use premium, but dati we are already like four something. But again, today it's almost $6. So I know that this is affecting everybody. The approval rating of Trump is low because of the prices of oil and the prices ng mga bibilhin. Americans supporting most Americans support Trump in that war because remember Iran said death to America, and the fact that they even have a lot of stuff showing that they want to kill President Trump, and of course they have there's many attempts. So in that matter, people in America are still supporting Trump with what's going on in Iran, but a lot of the low approval rating, it's because it's hitting all Americans' pocketbook every day. Pag mag-grocery ka, pag mag-gas ka, ang mahal ng bibilhin. So the sad part is, kung dito sa Amerika, it's affecting the people, how much more in other countries? How much more in the Philippines? And the president is aware of that. That's why, although na parang nung itong nag-halt yung strikes ng US for 2 weeks to give another chance of possible peace talk, well, it's obvious that they're not. But a lot of, I think deep inside, Trump is already aware that they're not, but he is giving every chance a peace talk to work. But we all know that through the years, Iranian doesn't work with things like this. All the time na sasabihin nilang gagawin nila, magtra-traidor sila. So they have a record of that. So a lot of people were very cautious when this peace talk recommendation was being offered. And although Trump, deep inside, I think he knew, but he did. They did a pause to make sure na we're still allowing negotiations and that talk with Oman about the fees to be charged in the Strait of Hormuz. But today, Iran is not willing to do anything. Just like a lot of the analysts indicated, Iran wants all the money to be released by America. They want all the sanctions to be lifted, but they will give zero in return. So that doesn't work. So I'm hoping na pagtatapusin ito, I don't know how long, but the U.S. military is lock and loaded. There's a lot. On my driving today, I was very surprised. We have jet fighters like going around the state. And during the 9/11 and during situations like that, I can see normally a lot of military planes going around. They're circling the state. And that is for the sake of to make sure pag may mga danger that is expected. I was not expecting anything like that, but the fact I was seeing all these jets this afternoon, they're doing the circling of every state to make sure they're looking for things to make sure that to keep America safe in each state. So alam ko ngayon na naka-high alert. So going to, gathering, a lot of gatherings, we have to be very careful and keep in mind, a lot of people are saying that yung mga seeker cell are going to be activated. So the country is doing everything they can to make sure that we are aware that there is danger that will be triggered by this.
Ma'am Marisa, wala bang mga nakansilang mga malagang okasyon dyan po sa Amerika matapos nga ito pong pag-atake po ng Iran sa US base po ng Amerika?
So, ang next occasion will be Labor Day in September. Right now, we are in the middle of summer, so summer vacations are very, very busy. And we have a lot of storms going on right now. There's a lot of fire going on right now, but the price of oil affecting all of this. But we are in the midst of a very busy summer for a lot of people vacationing everywhere. But at the same time, thinking and knowing that we are involved in this one way or another, we just pray for the best. Na sana everything will turn out good and peacefully. But that's not how it's looking at as we speak.
Mhm. Ma'am Marisa, baka meron pa po kayong mga nais pong ipaabot, final message, bago po kayo pakawalan dito po sa ating palatuntunan ngayong araw po na ito. Go ahead po, ma'am.
It's been a pleasure being in your program again, Bombo Justin. Kumusta kayong lahat dyan sa Pangasinan? Sana okay kayong lahat dyan sa hometown ko sa Isabela. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hang in there. And I hope yung mga drama sa politics dyan will be resolved as well. And iba kasi talaga kung yung the people that you voted for will serve the country and serve the people, and those who are the same people that elected them to be there. So I'm hoping and praying for the country that everything will be resolved, and that those people, the elected officials where you are, will realize that they deserve the best service that Filipinos deserve from those people that they have elected to take care of them. But anyways, it's been a pleasure, Bombo Justin, kumusta kayong lahat dyan sa station. And mula rito sa USA, ako si Bombo International News Correspondent Marissa Pascual para sa #1 most trusted source of news and information. It's Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio. Bombo.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Marisa.